Unearthed Horrors of History, where history meets horror. Every year on October 31st, people across the world carve pumpkins, dress in costumes, and go door to door shouting, "Trick or treat!" But behind the fun and candy lies a story thousands of years old, one that began long before modern Halloween ever existed. Over 2,000 years ago, the ancient Celts in Ireland, Britain, and northern France celebrated Samhain, marking summer's end and the start of the long, dark winter. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin, allowing spirits to return to the world of the living. To protect themselves, they lit massive bonfires, wore costumes made from animal heads and skins, and left food out to appease wandering souls. These were not celebrations of evil. They were ways to honor the dead and ward off harm as the harsh winter approached. Centuries later, when the Romans conquered Celtic lands, they blended their own festivals with Samhain. One was Feralia, a day to honor the dead. The other celebrated Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees, often symbolized by the apple. Some historians believe this is where apple bobbing came from, a game that still appears at Halloween parties today. As Christianity spread across Europe, the Church sought to replace pagan traditions with Christian ones. In the 9th century, Pope Gregory IV moved All Saints' Day to November 1st, a day to honor saints and martyrs. The night before became known as All Hallows' Eve, eventually shortened to Halloween. The Church also established All Souls' Day on November 2nd to remember the faithful departed. People lit bonfires, wore costumes, and prayed for the souls of the dead, much like the Celts had done during Samhain. During the Middle Ages, a new custom emerged known as souling. The poor, often children, would go door to door on All Souls' Day offering prayers for the dead in exchange for small cakes called soul cakes. In Scotland and Ireland, this evolved into guising, where children would disguise themselves in costumes and perform songs, jokes, or poems in exchange for food or coins. These early traditions, souling and guising, became the ancestors of what we now know as trick-or-treating. When European immigrants came to North America, they brought these customs with them. Over time, they blended into a new, uniquely American celebration, one filled with community parties, pranks, costumes, and candy. By the early 20th century, Halloween had transformed into a family-friendly holiday focused more on fun than fear. So, from the sacred fires of ancient Samhain, through Roman festivals and Christian holy days, to the neighborhood streets filled with laughter and candy, Halloween has always been about more than just fear. It's a night where the past and present meet, where the living remember the dead, and where people celebrate the mysterious balance between darkness and light. And that's the real story behind Halloween. This has been Unearthed Horrors of History, where history meets horror. If you've got a case or story you'd like me to cover, send it to casefilestrucrime@yahoo.com. Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you love unraveling history's darkest legends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more chilling stories.